inside DETV for a sports exclusive here at the Bob Carpenter Center. Nick Alessandrini now has the luxury of being joined by your CAA Rookie of the Year and your CAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, Jyare Davis of the Delaware Blue Hens. They are heading to the NCAA Tournament. Jyare, thanks for taking the time to join us today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you. And obviously a big win for you guys on Tuesday, holding up that CAA trophy. And I saw you here last night for the semifinals of the high school tournament, something you were a part of back when you were at Sanford. Saw you taking pictures with the kids, getting a lot of chatter from the crowd. Just talk a little bit about the aftermath and how it's been since you guys became CAA champs on Tuesday.
It's definitely cool. Like you said, I'm a kid from Delaware, so it's definitely cool, you know, to be back in Delaware and have like the whole state really supported you. Walking around, took a lot of pictures, gave a lot of high fives, a lot of hugs. So it's definitely cool, you know, everybody to be so proud of you.
And were you able to go to the snack bar, maybe get a drink without getting stopped?
Yeah, definitely was taking a lot of pictures trying to just walk around here. But it's definitely all cool. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely, and obviously CAA champs on Tuesday. The buzzer sounds. Your initial emotions, your initial thoughts, obviously you being the MVP, but you and your squad heading to the NCAA tournament. Honestly, a dream come true. We talked about it off the air. Just go through your initial emotions on Tuesday.
Honestly, it's an amazing feeling. You know, on one hand, you know, I'm definitely not surprised. You know, since I got here, I definitely, you know, thought that's how our season would end and thought it's how our season should end. But it's definitely a surreal feeling. You know, after the game, there's so many times I was just sitting there, like kind of off away from my teammates, just looking at them celebrating, it's just honestly a surreal feeling. Just very excited.
Obviously, and then obviously a tough stretch for you guys maybe down the end of your regular season, tough matchups against some of the teams that you had a chance to get back at in that CAA tournament. What was kind of the message with the team from Coach Inglesby and kind of the vibe with you guys heading into that CAA tournament initially?
After our last game of the season, you know, we had the 18 minutes against Towson. We had an off day the next day, and then we had 7 a.m. practice on that, I believe, Wednesday, and we practiced twice that day. We were in here playing full court 1-on-1, playing 2-on-2 with no fouls. 5-on-5, had to get 3 stops in a row. So we did a lot of things that kind of just reverted all back to being tough. I think that's something that this team really adopted and took on as we got there. Like we played with a chip on our shoulder for sure. And definitely, like you said, we played 2 teams that beat us twice this season. So it definitely was a very awesome thing to play those teams those teams for a third time and be able to, you know, get revenge a little bit.
And I think we heard Ryan Allen say on Tuesday or heading into the game, you guys were on a revenge tour.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that in the back of your mind? Was that kind of the message there as you guys were playing those teams?
Absolutely. I think every game was a little personal, you know. We didn't like the way it felt losing those teams twice. We didn't like teams celebrating in our arena. We didn't like going down there getting celebrated on again. I mean, we had 2 games in a row where teams were celebrating championships playing us. And we definitely wanted to be able to have a chance to celebrate our championship.
Yeah, and you certainly did that on
sir.
Tuesday. Obviously a big accomplishment. Now, obviously a big tournament for you as well on Tuesday. CAA MVP of that tournament, also a big year, CAA Rookie of the Year. What specifically was maybe working for you out on the floor during your CAA tournament run? Obviously most outstanding players, 16 points a game, 18 in that championship game. What was working out there?
You know, I really just thankful for my teammates and coaches believing in me and, you know, trusting me to get the ball, trusting me to help us, you know, deliver when in big time situations. And, you know, I think I'm a matchup problem for the teams we play. You know, I'm too big for certain players, too fast for other players, and kind of go outside, inside. So I really just, you know, use the physical tools that guys bless me with and try to score and try to help my team.
And obviously what a career it was for you at Sanford.
Yeah.
First ever 4-time All-Stater. While you were at high school here, some big things. What kind of memories do you look back on when you talk about Sanford? Having a chance to be here last night and see the environment, bringing some memories back to you. Just talk a little bit about your time at Sanford.
It was definitely amazing being at the games yesterday. It kind of made me reminisce a little bit. You know, because when we're at the games for the Bob, it looks different here. You know, it's more blue and yellow in the stands. Yeah. But yesterday, seeing 2 high school teams and seeing like different colors in the stands, it definitely made me think about high school. That was an amazing time, of course. You know, those are the days I think about all the time. Yeah. Definitely wish you could have won our last championship there, but you know, things happen. But
that's right. Again, you could have had another one potentially, right? They had to halt the season, obviously pre-pandemic, I believe, back in 2019.
Yeah.
But what a career at Sanford, and obviously your old head coach, excuse me, Stan Waterman, now at Del State. So obviously some different guys moving on there. But you, after Sanford, decided to go to Providence. You went there for 1 year.
Yes.
Obviously, then made the decision to come back here, home to the University of Delaware. Just talk a little bit about what you learned at Providence, maybe that 1 year you were there, and what kind of led you to determine that Delaware was going to be your place to come home and play basketball.
Well, I think I learned a lot. You know, I was playing with a lot of really good basketball players, and I think I learned a lot of like valuable life lessons there. You know, you learn a lot when you go into something having expectations and things don't go how you expect them to go. You know, I definitely thought I was going to have, you know, some great career there, and things didn't go how we're playing there, but I believe that God had a plan for me to come back here, and I'm really excited to be back here.
Absolutely. We talked right after you made that decision
Yeah.
back before the season. You said CAA championship was your team's goal. You were able to accomplish that.
Yes.
So a great season once again. What maybe led you to Delaware? Obviously it's home, but you came back here, you know kind of what it is like here in Newark. What made you want to come play for Delaware?
Well, my grandfather works here, my mom went here, my uncle went here, my grandmother went here, so it's definitely like a family thing here, you know. And it's home, like you said. I mean, I live about 5-7 minutes away. Growing up in middle school, elementary school, it was always a big thing to come to a Delaware football game, come to a Delaware basketball game. So Delaware was always like the home place for me. And as I transferred from Providence, I kind of definitely knew that like Delaware was a spot I definitely was going to think about seriously coming to. And then talked to Inglesby, and I really liked what he had to say. I really liked what I saw on the team. And I thought for sure it was also a team that could win. So I definitely want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and you absolutely are for the CAA
Yeah.
championship. But you were, you know, a nice team. You just mentioned, you talked a little bit about the squad, a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of senior leaders on the squad this year. How important was it for you to be able to play with those guys who have been here and done it maybe a time before?
It's definitely cool. You know, those guys like my brothers. You know, it's definitely cool to come in. You know, they're very experienced. They're very good basketball players. So definitely made me coming here easier. You know, I had a lot of guys who kind of already established here, and I kind of could ease my way in a little bit, and didn't have to come in and take on a crazy heavy role from the beginning. You know, I have a lot of good teammates, a lot of guys who could play. So it's definitely a cool experience.
And things for you really started to click maybe near to the second half of the season where you really started to figure things out. Was there anything specific that actually clicked for you that kind of led to that transformation, or a little bit of the takeoff now to play the way you're playing right now?
I really just say I kind of got a little bit more of an opportunity. You know, sadly Dylan got hurt. I got a little more of a chance to play a lot more just naturally because of that. And like you say, throughout the whole process of me not playing as much or not really producing as much as I did at the end of the season, you know, I definitely made sure to keep working hard, have a good attitude, continue being a good teammate, you know, still enjoy my time. And kind of just everything kind of turned and worked in my favor eventually. And I think, you know, the work that I put in consistently throughout the whole year before it was shown on the court definitely began to show on the court towards the end of the season.
And Jyare, obviously one thing that maybe not a lot of people know, or maybe they do, is that you had to play for Team USA when you were younger, I believe 17, 18-year-old, or 16, 17, and 18. Talk a little bit about that experience playing for Team USA, and then obviously how that helped you play some college basketball.
It's honestly amazing. There's so many like NBA guys, so many big-time college basketball players now that are playing really well now and have gone on to do great things that, you know, I was in the same camps playing with. So it's definitely a cool thing. You know, somebody asked me the other day who was the best player that I ever played against, like physically, like in a real game or something like that. And I couldn't even think there's so many NBA players that I was thinking about, you know. So it's definitely an awesome experience. You know, hopefully I can meet those guys back there again sometime down the line.
Absolutely. And Jyare, is there any, maybe you just talked about playing against those professional players, is there anybody that maybe you model your game after, or you kind of, you know, study and watch and take some of those moves? Anybody like that in the NBA?
There's nobody specifically in the NBA right now. You know, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are my favorite players all the time.
Oh, there you go.
So I love those guys, yeah. But there's nobody specific right now. I try to take anything I can learn from anybody, whether they're older than me, younger than me. I feel like you can learn something from anybody, so I just try to take anything from anybody, basically.
And again, CAA Champions on Tuesday. You're going dancing. You'll be back here Sunday for the selection show here at the Bob Carpenter Center. Should be a fantastic day on Sunday evening. What are your keys, or what do you think you guys have to do as a team to maintain this success and have some success when you head to the NCAA tournament?
I think the main thing for us is just continue to believe. I don't think anybody on this team is just happy to be here. You know, it's awesome that we're here. It's definitely a great opportunity, but we're not just happy to be here. We're definitely going to come ready to compete, ready to play. And definitely just us continue to believe. Like I said, you know, going into that tournament, a lot of people would have never thought we were going to win that tournament. And even if you look like the little metrics, the little things they put out, I think they had us with like a 5% chance of winning in the tournament. They had us like a 15% chance of winning our first game, and it just kept getting lower and lower as we got to the championship. And, you know, I mean, we all saw it, and it's definitely something that we thought about. So we're going to continue to keep believing in us, you know, and that's all, really.
Absolutely, and obviously you don't trust the metrics. Never trust the metrics.
Yes.
And Jyare, obviously a few different locations. Not sure if you and the guys have looked at where you could possibly be heading in round one. You ever preferred destination, anything like that? Or?
Not on mine. I mean, it'll be cool. It'd be cool. I know some of the places are local, so it'd be cool to play local. I think it'll also be cool to travel a little bit, get somewhere warm, play somewhere warm. So I think that'd be cool. So I mean, I know we'll be ready either way.
And obviously we talked a little bit about this when we started. just what does it mean to you? Obviously, you grew up here, you've been here, you're back home now. You won high school state championships. Now you bring home a college CAA title to your home state university. Just how does it feel, and what does it mean to you to be a CAA champion?
It means a lot on different levels for me. For one, there was a time during that UNCW game we were down by a little bit, and I was looking at Ryan, looking at Kevin, looking at those senior guys doing, and I was like, we had to figure this out. Like, we cannot lose this game. Like, I did not want to lose that game at all. I would have been heartbroken to lose that for them. So on one hand, I'm just really excited that I could be a part of something special to help them win a championship their last year here. On the other hand, yesterday seeing the little young kids here that were really excited, give me high fives, stuff like that. When we met last summer, back in the summer before I came here, I said I wanted younger kids to look at Delaware and be like, I want to go to Delaware one day like Jyare. I want to go to Delaware like those guys. So that's something definitely cool seeing come to fruition a little bit. And then on the other hand, I definitely, when I'm done playing basketball sometime far down the line, hopefully, I want people to look back and say I was a winner in different places I went. So, I won at Sanford, and I wanted to come win here, and I got it done and could help us do that. So that's definitely something that was cool.
Absolutely. You were definitely a winner, that's for sure. High school state champion, now a college CAA champion. And you led me right into the next question. You talked about wanting those kids to follow in your footsteps, play here at Delaware. Obviously, you are on the right track, no doubt about that. We saw it last night here at the Bob Carpenter Center. Any advice for those young hoopers, young basketball players out there as they try to literally follow in your footsteps to play some college basketball?
It sounds a little cliche, but I would really just say never give up. After high school, I had a couple injuries in high school, had a couple bigger offers, and schools kind of stopped recruiting me after a while from being hurt or whatever. I went to Providence, had a vision of how that would turn out there, didn't go how I envisioned. And even honestly, like the first half of the year, from a personal level, didn't go how I imagined it would here either. But you just kind of keep your faith, stay locked in, continue to be a good teammate, continue to do your part, be happy for others when it's not your turn yet. And I think all that stuff kind of really paid off for me. And down the line, I kind of got more of a chance. My coaches believed in me, and I definitely was able to deliver for them.
Jyare, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me here on DETV. Obviously, a lot of work still to do for you guys.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
find out on Sunday where you'll be heading. Congratulations on the CAA tournament, your CAA Rookie of the Year, and CAA Most Outstanding Player. Did I miss any accolades there? Did I get them all? So again, thanks so much for joining us, Jyare. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, that's your CAA Rookie of the Year, Champion, and Most Outstanding Player. Again, make sure to look out on Sunday. Selection show will be right here at the Bob Carpenter Center to see where the Delaware Blue Hens will head for round 1 of the NCAA tournament. Thanks for tuning in for the DETV Sports Exclusive.